like the sleepies or placebo. The subjects were the 1,000 insomniacs.
Yep.
That's what I had
And
too.
then, yeah, I got the same. And then for number 9, A, it's an experimental design. B is the 224 patients with the skin irritation for the subjects. C, the response variable was the degree of skin irritation after the treatment. And D, the treatment was either 0.5% cream, 1% cream, and placebo.
Yep, that's what I had too.
All right. So I think if we have an understanding of all that, we can go ahead and do the quiz together. It says to do it online together.
Good.
Yep, let's do it.
So let's pull that up.
Are we opening up the quiz?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Just make sure I'm in the right class. Okay, yeah. Let's quiz.
That'd be awkward.
Yeah.
Sorry, that Wi-Fi is like spotty for me. Or something, I don't know.
So the first 2 questions, are you both into it yet?
Mine doesn't have a link. That's
It should.
weird.
Yeah, it should just automatically bring you into it. And you just,
Let me try this again. Let me go out and go back in. What's going on? Sorry, my computer's going really slow on me all of a sudden. Okay, let's try this again. Group meeting quiz. There we go. Okay, there it was. It was hidden. Okay, sorry about that.
all right.
All right, yeah. So number 1 says,
Yeah.
I completed the individual prep assignment. Okay,
Mhm.
looks like we all did that. And we participated in the meeting. Okay, so it looks like question number 3 actually starts the quiz.
Yeah. So
So do you want to read it like one at a time?
Yeah, let's just keep going around like we have been. I think it's your turn. Josh, are you up?
yeah. It says researchers would like to determine if reviewing material consistently within an hour after class helps students perform better on exams than if students wait to review material the day before the exam. To answer this question, the researchers are trying to determine if an observational study or an experiment would be more appropriate. They are discussing who the population would be and how they will determine which sampling method will best represent the population. Which of the 5 steps of the statistical process are the researchers currently applying? Would that just be designing the study?
Design, yeah, that's what I would say.
You guys were thinking design the study?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you agree?
Mm-hmm. All right. A researcher has collected the results of a survey where the participants were asked how many hours of TV they watch each day. The researcher tallies the frequencies for each category and computes mean number of hours watched. Histogram to help illustrate the overall distribution. Which of these 5 steps is this describing the data?
Is that describing
Right.
the data?
Yeah, I think it's described.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, yeah. I couldn't quite hear you. Cut out a little bit. So you guys said describe the data, right?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh,
okay.
Did you say that, Dorothy?
Yeah, sorry, that's what I said too.
All right, perfect. All right, number 5. Mumbai, India is a quickly growing city of importance in its own country as well as the global economy. A marketing research firm has been asked by a prominent fast food restaurant to help determine if the citizens of Mumbai would support his fast food business. From a list of all registered taxpayers, 3,000 names are randomly selected. Each individual on the list is mailed a brief questionnaire. The researchers receive 1,049 responses. The population is.
Wouldn't that be A?
Yeah, the 1,049 responses.
Yeah. Are we good to move on to 6?
Yep, I'm good. Are you good, Dorothy?
Oh, it's a little bit spotty, but the 1,049 people.
Yep.
Yeah. Ooh, number 6 might change our answer on that. So Mumbai, India is a quickly growing city of importance in its own country as well as the global economy. A marketing research firm has been asked by a prominent fast food restaurant to help determine if the citizens of Mumbai should support this fast food business. For taxpayers, 3,000 names are randomly selected. Each individual on the list is mailed a brief questionnaire. The researchers received 1,049 responses. The sample is?
Oh, yeah, the sample should be 1,049. And then the population is it the citizens of Mumbai?
I would almost say it cannot be
Or
determined.
we can't be determined because the population is the 3,000 names, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
What do you think, Dorothy? It cannot be determined for number 5?
Yeah.
I think we lost our connection.
So the question here. So number 5, we're thinking is.
I think we lost her.
Yeah, I think we did lose the connection.
Is that any better? Can you guys hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you better now.
There you are.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Are we?
No worries.
Did we go back to 5?
Yeah, so we were thinking on question 5 that the population can't be determined because the population we think is actually the 3,000 names that were randomly selected. So it's not just the 1,049 that responded. The 1,049 that responded is our answer for question 6 as the sample. Does that make sense?
Okay. All right, so question 7. Studies have shown that retention of classroom materials can drop as low as 58% within 15 minutes of class and within 44% after.
We lost you again. Sorry.
Constant review is important.
Within 6 days.
Out of 10 is recorded. So is that quantitative?
I would say it's quantitative. Yeah, that's.
Yeah. Is that what you thought too, Dorothy? You want to just give us a thumbs up or down? Keep losing you.
Another thing you can try, Dorothy, is you can just turn off your video and leave the sound on, and that helps the Wi-Fi improve. Because
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Because we're not really looking at each other anyways. Did that help?
Right.
Is that better?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. I haven't finished reading. Let's finish this question.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 7 we decided was quantitative as the answer.
All right. Sounds good.
All right,
Sounds good.
so,
I'll read over that later. We can move on to 8.
okay. Number 8, studies have shown that retention of classroom materials can drop as low as 58% within 15 minutes of class and within 44% after the first hour after class. This forgetting curve continues so that within 6 days, only 25% is remembered. How can a student conquer this forgetting curve? The researchers in this study claim that constant review is important. Suppose your teacher wanted to test this and invited you to participate in a study where you are asked to review specific material 15 minutes after class for 10 minutes, an hour after class for 10 minutes, and then again 2 days after class for 10 minutes. After the 6th day, your teacher asks you if you feel confident that you have retained at least 50% of the material. He then records your responses as yes, no, and not sure. What type of data is your teacher collecting? That one I would say is categorical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
You're
so.
following into yes, no, or not sure. Okay.
What makes you think it's categorical?
Because of just grouping it into yes, no, or not sure.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
How
Okay,
I see it.
just trying to follow your logic there. Sounds
Yeah,
great.
well, because quantitative, I look at it as numbers. You know, if they're taking a tally or something like that, I would see that as quantitative.
Yeah. So so on the question 9 then?
Yep.
So it's the same case study. Is it all good if I just skip reading through that
Yeah,
again?
yeah. Just go down to the bottom.
So it says your teacher also selects a group to give no review to the material over the 6 days. The group is called isn't that the control group?
Yeah. Yeah, because they're not getting any kind of treatment. Hypothesis and population doesn't make sense. The control group. Yeah, because that's what you're comparing it to.
Yeah.
Right.
Number 10, which of the following would be considered an experimental design? A telephone poll asking people about whether or not they vaccinate their children. Vaccination to one group and giving a placebo to another. A census, C, a census, and then D, a mailed survey asking people whether or not they received the tuberculosis vaccine. So I'm thinking that that's B, experimental.
Yep. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I agree on that too.
Sounds good.
All right, so number 11. In a study to determine the average wage of people working in Mumbai, which of the following would be the best sample? Every 10th worker that you meet as you travel the streets of Mumbai, all of the workers in one working district of Mumbai, many randomly selected workers in each of several working districts of Mumbai, or all the female workers. I would say C.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
So so this is number 12. You want to become the next Jonas Salk and produce a vaccine that will help cure children of respiratory, whatever that word is, virus, RSV. You test the vaccine and compare it to a placebo and randomly choose one group of children to take the vaccine and one group to take the placebo. What or who are the experimental units or subject? Would you guys say that?
Children?
A? Yeah, I think it's A.
Hey, looks like we got James on here. How's it going? We can't hear you.
Gotta turn your mic on, buddy.
Nope. You're there. There's no voice. Huh. That's strange.
Hey, at least you got on, right?
Yeah, you can see it, put a face to a name now.
Yeah. So for number 12, did we decide A?
Yes.
That's what I would
it.
say.
Yeah, that's it. So.
Yeah.
James, if you want to go through the rest of the questions, we could just, at the end of it, we could compare answers with you. Good plan?
Yeah. I think there's some way where you can, on the left side of the video, there's a little menu bar there of icons. I think if you click on the chat one, you can type in what you think the answers are or whatever onto the chat if you want to try that as well too. But we'll continue on number 13 and then we'll go through it again with you if you'd like. Okay, so 13. So we're talking about the RSV vaccine again. You test the vaccine and compare it to a placebo and randomly choose one group of children to take the vaccine and one group to take the placebo. What are the treatments? So the treatments would be the vaccine and the placebo.
Yeah, I agree. D.
D?
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, because one group either gets the treatment of the vaccine or one group gets the placebo. And I think I totally skipped you, Dorothy. I think it was your turn. Sorry.
Maybe on question 14, we could all just read
Can you
through
guys hear
it.
me now?
I
Oh,
hear
yeah.
you now. Yeah.
I hear you now.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. So the last one we did you guys decide on D?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, it's like I have to double check with you guys. All right. Question 14. In 1992, the U.S. government supported a study that was run for 15 years where 4,608 low-income families were given a chance to move to less impoverished areas. They distributed vouchers and provided variants. The researchers getting neighborhoods would reduce poverty level of U.S. citizens. The low-income families were randomly assigned to one of the following three groups. 1. The MTL Low Poverty Voucher Group, which received Section 8 certificates or vouchers usable only in low poverty areas with less than 10% of the population below the poverty line in 1990, along with counseling and assistance in finding unit to lease. Number 2, the traditional voucher, which received regular Section 8 certificates or vouchers, geographically unrestricted, and ordinary briefings and assistance from the PHAs. And then number 3, the control group, which received no certificates or vouchers but remained eligible for public or project-based housing and other social programs to which families would otherwise have been entitled. The study was an
It's an experiment.
observational experiment or neither.
Well, what's the difference between the two? Isn't an observational study, they just take it and it has no real meaning? But an experiment's used to basically like prescribe something, I guess.
Yeah, I think with the experiment, being that they have like a control group, they want to compare the outcomes. So I think it's more than just observing, one group. I think an observational is more just looking at one group and what happens with that group, where I think an experiment has, a few different sectors to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
So it's an experiment then.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, so number 15, we have to match up the 5 steps. So step 1 is design the study, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Step 2 is collect data.
So that, yeah.
And then step 3, describe the data.
Mm-hmm.
And step 4 would be,
Make inferences.
yep, make the inferences. And then step 5 is take action.
Looks good to me.
Right.
Should we try submitting it? See if we got anything wrong?
Yep.
Yep.
See how this looks.
Mine is showing that we missed one.
Question 5, the one with the population that we put cannot be determined.
Okay, so which one do you think it is then?
Well, it
Maybe
must be citizens of Mumbai.
It must be,
yeah. That's weird.
because we got the question 6 right with the sample.
Yeah.
So, anywho,
We want to try and redo it then?
are we allowed to?
I think there's 2 tries to it.
2 tries to it? Oh, might as well. Do you have to go through and do the whole thing? Let's see. Oh yeah, it does say 2 chances allowed. Although it's not giving me the start the quiz button again. I don't know what's
Oh, is
the
it
deal. Yeah. But I was having that same problem the first time around. Well, I can always go back in and do it later and try again. Ugh. I don't know if it's my computer or if it's, I've been on iLearn a lot today. Have you guys seen any slowdown on it at all?
Well, there's almost always problems with it, but
Yeah, guess that's nothing new, right?
so yeah, mine gives me the option to start quiz personally.
Okay. Well, if you want to go ahead and go through it again, and especially for James' benefit,
Yeah.
we can do that. I can't get mine to open. I'll just try.
You could write the answers down and then go back and put them in
Yeah,
afterwards if you want to.
yeah, I'll do that.
Looks like Dorothy already dropped off.
I think she's having trouble with her connection.
Yeah, that was a good time for it to cut out.
Yeah, at least she got all the way through.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just now seeing your chats, James. So you can hear us, we just can't hear you. All right. All right, so if you've got it open, Josh, do you want to go ahead and go through that again?
Yeah. Okay, so James, we'll just start with question 3, right? I have to hop between screens too, so. So, you want me to read all the way through the question, or do we just want to like compare answers? Perfect. Question 12. So we don't need to go any further than question 11.
Right. Yeah.
All right, sorry, I was reading through it. So I'll read the things out loud, the questions out loud as we go down, and then I'll tell you the answer that we had. I'll give you a second to answer it and then tell you the answer we had. So it says researchers would like to determine if reviewing material consistently within an hour after class helps students perform better on exams than if students wait to review material the day before the exam. To answer this question, the researchers are trying to determine if an observational study or an experiment would be more appropriate. They're discussing who the population would be and how they will determine which sampling method will best represent the population. Which of the 5 steps of the statistical process are the researchers currently applying? So you've got your answer, right? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Perfect. Yeah, so it's A. And 4, I think this one's nope, different one. A researcher has collected the results of a survey where the participants were asked how many hours of TV they watch each day. The research tallies the frequencies for each category and computes mean number of hours, creates a histogram to help illustrate the overall distribution. Which of the 5 steps of the statistical process did the researchers apply? Yep, that's what we said. C. Then 5. So it says Mumbai, India is a quickly growing city of importance in its own country as well as the global economy. A market research firm has been asked by a prominent fast food restaurant to help determine the citizens of Mumbai would support this fast food business. From a list of all registered taxpayers, 3,000 names are randomly selected. Each individual on the list is mailed a brief questionnaire. The researchers receive 1,049 responses. The population is... See, and that's what we thought initially, but then we ended up changing it because question 6 asks the sample is, and we got that correct, which is the 1049. But on question 5, we got it wrong because we put cannot be determined. So we're guessing that it might be just the citizens of Mumbai. Or is the population of the sample the same thing?
Yeah. Could be tricky.
Yeah. But I think we'd be right with going with B on that. And then on 6, we did
Yeah.
A.
Yeah.
So then going down to question 7, studies have shown that retention of classroom materials can drop as low as 58% within 15 minutes of class and within 44% after the first hour after class. This forgetting curve continues so that within 6 days, only 25% is remembered. How can a student conquer this forgetting curve? The researchers in the study claim that constant review is important. Suppose your teacher wanted to test this and invited you to participate in a study where you were asked to review specific material 15 minutes after class, 10 minutes. Specific material 15 minutes after class for 10 minutes, an hour after class for 10 minutes, and then again 2 days after class for 10 minutes. The teacher then gives you a short 10 question quiz where your score out of 10 is recorded. What type of data is your teacher collecting? Yeah, that's what we said too. Quantitative. And then 8, just the last thing is, so it's the same question, but it says, he then records your response as yes, no, not sure. What type of data is your teacher collecting? Did you say categorical? Okay, perfect. Didn't look at it quick enough. Yep, so that's what we put. It's categorical. Then 9, same question, but it says your teacher also selects a group to give no review to the material over the 6 days. The group is called the Yes, that's what we said as well.
Yeah.
Control group. Then question 10. So which of the following would be considered an experimental design? So you can go ahead and just read through those and choose one. Yep, that's what we put as well. Then 11, in a study to determine the average wage of working people in Mumbai, which of the following would be the best sample? Go ahead and read through those again as well and choose one. Think I went ahead. Which question were we on? 11? We said it was C. Because you want to get the entire population. You don't want to get just one working district. You want to get all of them.
Yeah, so the sample is more spread out throughout the whole country.
Yeah. That one tricks you every time. All right. Oh. And then we're on 12. I lost myself here. Okay. So you want to become the next Jonas Salk and produce a vaccine that will help cure children of RSV. Sorry, say what?
Yeah, in his chat, he said he got 12 and the rest of them.
Oh, that's right.
So
That's right. Okay.
sounds like we're all good. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and I'll take the link from the recording and post it to the discussion board. And hopefully next week, we'll be able to hear each other all better.
Yeah.
Or Thursday, I guess.
Or Thursday, yeah.
Yep. All righty. Well, thanks for all your help, guys, tonight.
Yeah, thank you for setting up the call.
No problem. Hopefully things will go smoother on Thursday.
Yeah.
All
All right,
okay.
take care.
Take care. Bye.